Looks like we lost another chicken. With as much work that is going on around the farm, you would think that the predators would just stay away. But nope, they don't seem to mind too much. Today is Thursday. Tuesday, all of this lumber was delivered, and last night I had the holes drilled, mostly. I had a friend come over with his tractor and auger to drill most of these holes, but the auger broke and left me with one hole. Actually, he left me with 1.5 holes. This one I had to finish by hand, and it took quite some time. I got this one started, and I decided to just go inside, eat some dinner, and go to bed. I am extremely grateful for the work that tractor did, because in about an hour, 10 of these holes, 9.5 really, got drilled, and it was very little effort for me. I did find it interesting that the soil here, I thought it was just straight black clay all the way down for 10, 15, 20 feet. But what we have is about 2 to 3 feet of black Houston clay. Some people call it gumbo. And then there was a layer that was about 1 foot thick, and it was just chunky rocks. Rocks about this size. Underneath the chunky rocks was then a layer of a little bit more of a sandy clay. It was a lighter color. I think that rock and sandy clay at the bottom is actually going to be really good for the posts that are sitting down in there. Hopefully that means that the water won't sit in there like a bowl. The post won't be sitting in a bowl of soup. That water will be able to go horizontally through the landscape, through that rocky layer, and wicking away from these posts. Hopefully that means that these posts will have a good long life. If you're wondering what this structure is going to be like, you should already know by now that it's a horse barn. But you can sort of see, let me see if I can get over here. You can sort of see that there are 3 stalls. We're looking face on to one of the stalls. From here to here over, this is a 12-foot square. This hole that didn't get dug, that's going to be for the other side of the doorway, so there's going to be a 4-foot gap there that goes into the stall. On the direct other side, there's another door, another stall, another door, and another stall. From the side, you can see that the back of it is shorter and the front is taller. That's going to give me an angled roof where the water will go off the back of the shed or the barn. And that will also give me potentially a nice surface to put more solar panels on. These posts are 16 feet long, buried 4 feet in the ground, and these posts are 12 feet long, buried 4 feet in the ground. So I have about an 8-foot post sticking up here, and about a 12-foot post sticking up here. This pile of 2x6s are here because those are going to be the horizontal structures that tie it all together, help hold everything upright, and give me something to nail onto when I put my siding on. Hey Pumpkin, I drilled some holes for you so you could have a litter box. Let me say this too, that these 16-foot 6x6 posts are extremely heavy. If it weren't for this little tractor and a friend of mine, well, you guys know Eric, he came over last night and I could not have done this job without him. I wish we had a little video of us loading those posts up onto the top of that tractor. I'm sure that would have been something to see, but I didn't have the camera running because I was focused on safety and just getting the job done. If you're really interested in keeping up with what's going on here on the Daddykirbs farm, you probably will want to go ahead and follow my Instagram or my Facebook page, Tumblr maybe. It's a lot easier for me to post little tidbits on Instagram and have it go to my Facebook page and my Tumblr account rather than always doing videos, because the videos take more time to edit and produce. We're in the garden now, and I wanted to go ahead and show you the onions. Most of my onions this year came out to be the size of a small baseball. I do have a little bit of insect damage that's likely pill bugs or something like that, so I do want to get those out. But overall, the onions were a pretty good harvest this year. The other day I was standing, actually I think 2 days ago, I was standing in front of the refrigerator. You know how you do with the door open? And I was thinking, gosh, there's got to be something to eat. And I just couldn't find anything. Nothing was just jumping out at me. And I thought, I have a garden. I can go out and get something. So I did. I came out and I harvested carrots and onions and green beans. And I had a few potatoes in the kitchen. and I made a roasted root crop dish, and it was wonderful. Let me show you the green beans. These plants are doing absolutely beautifully. I got a few brown spots, but look at the beans that I have going on in here. Those are, what are they, about 6 inches long, nice and plump, full of flavor. They're really, really nice. I gotta get those harvested. Got some hanging in here. Look at that. The tomato plants are all growing up really big and starting to put on flowers and baby tomatoes. Some of them are actually quite big, but none of them are turning red yet. So we'll have more to see with tomatoes later, but let me go ahead and show you the carrots. Let's go ahead and harvest one or two. Let's try to find a decent one. Okay, that one looks pretty nice. I just rub my finger around the top of it to see how thick it is. And let's go ahead and pull this one out. We'll just grab it as low as we can, give it a little twist, and right out. That's not bad. That's a pretty nice carrot. I think I want some for dinner tonight, so let's harvest a few more. That's kind of a disappointment. Let's see, right here, this one's got a nice big green top. Sort of a big top here, so let's see if it's any better. Not really. It's not bad. I kind of broke it off. I lost a little bit down there. Here's one that's kind of growing out of the ground. This is a different variety. It's not the orange one. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. That's a pretty nice looking carrot. Lots of green top on that one. We got a bow-legged critter. Hold on. We got a tiny little baby here. That might grow up some more. I might just stick it in the ground somewhere. But we got a bow-legged one right here. Let's see. Oh, I got half of it. One leg broke off. There we go. Even the other half, that other leg's not bad. That's enough carrots for tonight, so let's just take a peek at some of the other things in the garden, just for fun. You know, I don't have a super great video, how-to or anything tonight, so I'm just going to take you around. I showed you the horse barn. Oh, you got to see this. Check out all these blackberries, some of them turning dark. Look how many are on this plant. Isn't that beautiful? I've already eaten a few of those blackberries this year and they taste really, really nice. I have some other carrots over here in this container that might be ready to go. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Let's go ahead and pull this one up. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is a pretty near perfect carrot right there. Let's get another one out of here. This one looks nice. If I pull up on the tops, I can pull the top right off, and then it's hard to get these out. So I'm grabbing really, really low. Oh, came right out. That's a red one. Look at that. Man, my carrots did nice this year. Let me put these with the rest. What else we got? You know, sadly, we don't have a lot of cucumbers in this garden. And it's kind of funny why. Squirrels. The squirrels have taken everything out of Luke's garden. They're eating the tomatoes even before they turn red. They're eating strawberries. They're eating squash. And they're eating all the cucumbers that's coming off his vine. And the cucumbers over here, I put this net on it because I was blaming the chickens. But the squirrels are getting up behind there and they're eating all my cucumbers. Hey Luke, do you want to carry all these carrots inside? Here you go, bud. Can you take those to the kitchen? You remember my tomato cuttings that I took to see if I can start a few more plants? Well, they look like they're doing all right. They've stayed nice and plump and green. I believe they are putting... Let's check the bottom. Let's check the bottom. Oh, look at that. Nice roots. So these are ready to be planted. The timing might be a bit off for those. They might not produce anything, but I figured why not try, see if I can get them through a little bit of July. Maybe they put on some later tomatoes for me. I'll try to plant them in an area where they get a little more shade. This bed gets a little more shade from this tree over here, That western sun comes down here and shades off. Actually, the western sun is behind these trees, so that shade comes on this end of the garden, and this bed stays a little more shaded in the evening when it's really hot compared to those beds over here that stay in the sun. There's a few of those tomatoes that are doing okay right now. I could harvest those for some fried green tomatoes, but I'm going to let them go and see if I can get some... Uh-oh, what do we got back here? Oh man, something is chewing on that. Hey, before I close this video for the evening, because I do have to stop recording so I can go edit and get this up, because it's Thursday night. You guys want to see this on Friday morning. But we're going to run up to the orchard, and I want to show you something that's going on up there. Once the horse barn and fence are finished, I won't have to worry about this hot wire so much anymore. In fact, I'll probably take it off the orchard altogether. I did want to show you the swale right here. It stays really moist. I have lots of beautiful wildflowers here that are giving the bees and other insects a nice place to hang out. The sunflowers haven't created flowers in this area yet, but look over here. Let me zoom in. Look at those. Those are about 7 feet tall. Isn't that beautiful? This swale is drying out a little bit, but this one over here is staying more moist. Okay, but what I wanted to show you... Uh-oh, why is the door open? Hopefully nothing got in here. What I wanted to show you was that these white cucumbers that are supposed to be harvested when they're like this, I've kind of let them go. So those are going to seed. I'm going to have plenty of cucumber seeds. The reason these are going without being harvested is because I've been judging the cucumbers by what has happened in the garden up there. I figured if I have cucumbers up there, I'll have cucumbers out here. Well, because the squirrel's been eating my cucumbers and I only recently figured that out, I've been neglecting to check this plant. So I have, look at that. Look at that one. That one is a big cucumber that's going to give lots of good seeds. That one too. Wow, that one's even bigger, I think. So I'm going to have lots of white cucumber seeds. I'll probably even give some of those away. Not probably, I definitely will. I'm going to go ahead and harvest this smaller one, the one that is just right. That one's going to be good for dinner. I think I have another one back here that's still okay. Yeah, that one's borderline, but I think it's going to be okay. Pop that off there. So those two right there, that's going to be good to eat. And the rest of those are going to be good for seed. But look at all those green beans. I planted these green beans about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks later than the ones in the garden. So the ones in the garden are producing beans right now. These will be producing beans in another week or two. Huh, looks like that one already is. I really got to get a latch put on this because my little brick blocking system apparently isn't doing a really good job. On our way out of the orchard, you can see that the grapes are doing okay. This one looks like it might be drying out, needs a little water. But overall, I wonder what's digging up here. I hope that's just chickens. Can you take these in? Do you know what these are? What do you got on you? You got a little inchworm. Did they come off my carrots? Do you know what these are?
Squash?
Nope, those are cucumbers. It does look like a squash. That looks like a squash. I think you lost that worm. I bet the chicken will get it. Thank you, Luke. I left this one bull thistle up here because the goldfinch really love eating that. But apparently so does Maggie because she's... Ouch! They're prickly. Maggie's been eating the tops off of these. Right here, this is when the goldfinch love it. They get like this and they land on here and they start pulling those tops out and eating that. I know this has been kind of all over the place, but sometimes I like to just think of you guys as my friends that I bring out on the farm, and I just walk you around and I show you what's going on. It's fun for me. If this is your first time visiting the Daddykirbs farm, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe. That way you will get notifications for the next video. And while you're there, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That's it for now. I'll talk to you soon. You got something to say, Callie? You want to say hey to the camera? Hey guys.